Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So this is going to be a reading for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, my readings are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. Pisces, if you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It would totally mean the world to me. All right, Pisces. This is bigger than you thought.
The practice.
There's a lot of chit chat chatter about you. All right, so guess what? It's given something is not being morally or ethically done when it comes to you. All right, so that's what I'm hearing. That's what I heard. That's where we are. So let's see what we got. Hey, Robin. Welcome, everyone. Pisces, something is not being morally or ethically done when it comes to you. So we got military, we got infantry, Navy, Air Force, weapons development. All right. We also had, hey, Natasha, we got location is Asia, trauma, guilty conscience. So somebody has a guilty conscience when it comes to you. We also have forced conversion. Somebody trying to force you to be something, do something, say something. But conversion is also giving faith. So maybe somebody spiritually trespassed against you, but this could also be, excuse me, forced conversion. You coming into this realm, your parents are under, you know, some either Christian, Muslim, some type of religion, but you are now converted because those are your parents. Hey, Oreo mommy. And so forced conversion, you are what they are. You were adapted or adopted into it, but it wasn't something that you did for yourself, okay? It says, love, you were deceived or betrayed, or you're being deceived or betrayed right now. So this is bigger than you thought. There's a lot of chatter about you because people are getting together. They need to communicate. Also, like I said, something not being morally or ethically done. It was literally giving me money. Something somebody may have taken, all right? We got identity. You could potentially be somebody's grandchild. Time frame, pre-Columbian Americas, lesson, prophecy, and gifts. So something pertaining to you, your glow, your gifts or your talents, the thing that God has given you to be able to navigate this realm, something that belongs to you. Somebody either trying to, it would be suppress it or try to act like it don't exist. All right. But this is bigger than you thought. There's a lot of chatter about you because we trying to figure out what to do. All right. So people are trying to figure out what to do. You may have died by dehydration or starvation. All that's giving me is that people trying to cut you off from things. Like, I'm not going to give you this, or I'm not going to treat you a certain type of way because I feel like if I cut you off, if I don't feed you, or if I don't give you sustenance, because feeding could give information, knowledge. So if you don't know how to use your gifts, or you weren't able to navigate right now, that would be the thing that would be, it's like suffocating you. So you have gifts and talents, but you don't know how to use them. So a person trying to, it's like a fire trying to distinguish or extinguish a fire. They're trying to keep you small, okay? There's that. Location, Asia, okay? So you may have some Asian background, descendants, because as y'all know, history and things have been kind of fudged, all right? So it's some lineage or descendants that you may have that you don't even know that you have. She said, that's me, it's me. Okay, me. All right, we got leadership here. You could be dealing with leadership issues right now. And this, you technically were designed to be the leader. If you haven't seen the last reading, it's long, but it's very informative, okay? So leadership is the issue. We got, you could be the leader, you could be the ruler, you could be a follower, or you could be the boss, all right? So at this time, the lesson is power. Again, I told y'all even in the last reading, true power is knowing that I could do something to you and not doing it. But, you know, we got so many people running around here talking about they so powerful, putting their hands and touching on chosen ones, that getting their ass handed to them is a thing. All right? Stop touching people. Can y'all please hit that like button for me? It would be great. It's 3 likes and 19 people. I'm going to be here for a minute. The last reading was 2 hours. So help me help you help us. Put me in the position for the algorithm to accept that I'm here. All right? This is my offering. Help me offer what I need to offer. Thank you. You can back away right now and we'll be right here. Go on and do that. Thank you, Robin. And he bought me my first tarot deck, but now just wants my light dim. Yeah, tell him get somebody else. Hey, Tamisha, I love you. All right, so we got your lesson was power. They know the power that you hold. You may not know the amount of power that you hold. You may be learning your gifts. You may be tapping into your gifts. You may be becoming your gifts. These people already know that you're gifted. They were already told about you because prophecies have to be fulfilled. So the prophecy was already told to these people that you are the one. You are it. They don't want you to think that though, because even in the last reading, I told y'all that people started to insert themselves here, because they want you to think that they are tied to the destiny or they are tied to your fate. They're not. They were already told you who was the chosen one, who was the divine one, who was supposed to be the bearer of the thing, the light bearer, okay? So you being the new ancestor, you are now changing the lineage, the heritage, because the Hierophant, it was there, and it was talking about when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So the number I saw was 277. All right, so I gotta plug in some shit. Can somebody tell me what 277 means? Because I don't have no means of checking it, okay? Right, not right now. Okay, so that might be also the thing. You might not have had a means of checking it. And then they told you what they wanted to tell you. Don't necessarily make it true, but they told you what they wanted to tell you. So they put something, they documented it, but that don't necessarily make it true. Also, divine is talking to you, letting you know this ain't right. Your DNA, your intuition is telling you something is not right. Because in the last reading, it said, I can't put my finger on it, but something ain't right. But I also told y'all, since we was there at that reading for so long, I already knew that whatever was happening in that reading, it was going to tie over into this one. And now they say it's bigger than you thought. There's a lot of chit chat, a lot of chatter about you, because they're letting you know they want to make sure that you can't mess this up, that nobody else can mess it up for you. All right, it says the number 277 is a sign that the angels are trying to communicate with you. Didn't I just say that? Are you listening? They want you to know that you're on the right path and that your spiritual journey is progressing as it should. This number is also a reminder to trust your intuition and to listen to your inner voice. Confirmation, I just said that. All right, so death. You may have died from hypothermia. Somebody tried to cash you out, left you out in the woods, out in the cold. That could be what that feels like. You may have trust issues right now. We got location, Oceana. So you may be a person who loves, you know, getting connected to the ocean energy or water vibes. I mean, you are a water sign. We're here as Pisces. All right, so we got trauma, loss of status or reputation. That may be something that you fear in this lifetime. Or it could be something that you don't even give a fuck about. But they done already said that you were the leader. You are the person that's in control. We got so many other people. What's the saying? Everybody wants to be a chief. So many chiefs and not enough Indians. Some people are not fit to lead. The person, the place, and the thing was already, there's a prophecy attached to it. You're it. The number 277 is a sign that the angels are trying to communicate with you. They want you to know that you are on the right path and that your spiritual journey is progressing as it should. As it should. This number is also a reminder to trust your intuition and to listen to your inner voice. Are you listening to you? Because they're giving you the keys. They're giving you the information. They are letting you know that you were the one that was chosen. You were the chosen one. Your hand, and you have accepted the mission. So when you put your hand up and you said, I'm the chosen one, you accepted the mission. Hey, Catherine. So faith, mystical. So you a magical being. Let's see. 277 tells you your wise choices and decisions prompted by your intuition and inner wisdom has brought you opportunities to expand your spirituality and to manifest good fortune and abundance. They know the blessing is tied to you. Without you, they get nothing. The inheritance is tied to you. Without you, they get nothing. So we got people going behind the scenes trying to figure out how to get you back into alignment with them. How do I get this person back under submission? Probably not going to ever do it. Okay? You probably going to have to get somebody else. There is nobody else. You are the chosen one. So this is why these people are having a hard time letting the energy go, because they know they don't get shit without you. If you're not there, they get nothing. Inheritance just walked on out the door. But they wanted to treat you wrong. So this is bigger than you thought. You don't even realize the reason why these people are after you is because they have nothing without you. And ain't that something to have to say that I fucked up the family inheritance because I didn't treat this person with love and care and kindness. I was triggering to this person. I was demeaning to this person. I treated this person as if they didn't matter. I tried to hurt this person. This person. And now I got to go back to butter up to this person in order to get them back over into the fold. Meanwhile, the person ain't buying it because I ain't buying it. All right? I'm not never going to buy it. All I know is that when this was happening, you said I was this, that, and the third. All I remember is that you poured this into my drink and you tried to do this to me. All I remember is that when I needed somebody the most, you were not there. You gave me your ass to kiss. Have faith and trust your abilities and capabilities, and continue serving your life purpose with passion and persistence. Have faith and trust in your abilities and capabilities, and continue serving your life's purpose with passion and persistence. It said, your wise choices and decisions prompted by your intuition and inner wisdom has brought you opportunities to expand your spirituality and to manifest good fortune and abundance. Hey, Kristen, I love you. And yet, it's like somebody hitting the lottery because Kristen is the golden child. So Kristen's family hit the lottery when she was born into that family. But meanwhile, I didn't want to treat it right. And now I done kicked you out, cashed you out. I done the most of you. And now I realize you were the golden ticket. Damn, that got a sting. So what would you do? And what do you think these people are going to do to get the golden child back into the fold? And we talking about Tamisha, you are the golden child. Oreo mommy, you are the golden child. Robin, you are the golden child. They kicked every single one of y'all asses out. Cursed you out, called you bitches and hoes, you a drug addict, you this, you that, whatever it was they could call you except for a child of God. I don't know what they called you. It could have been anything. It wasn't nice. Beat, battered, harmed, endangered. Now, you decided, okay, I'm going to leave. I'm going to just go because, we just go. Because we don't have to be here. Because the family you were born into don't necessarily have to be your family. The family you create is more important than the family you were born into. I don't know if y'all ever known that or if y'all ever heard that, but that's a real thing. Because a person that's never met you could treat you better than your family has treated you your whole entire life because they know your worth coming in. They see your worth coming in. They see your light coming in. Not that they trying to use you or anything else. They just know that you were placed here for a reason. So God is strategically placing everybody where they need to be for a reason. Mind you, more spiritual than that, the connection that we have lets you know that we were family. We've always been family. Whether or not you was born in this family or that family, we've always been family. That's why the connection is the way that it is. Because somewhere in a previous lifetime or somewhere along those lines, we were already family. So I'm coming back to collect my family. All right? So now my soul tribe shows up. We got Tamisha, Oreo Mommy, Robin, Banji just showed up. Kristen is here. So Catherine is here. Now we are all collecting our family because we can all hear each other. And so as of now, we're all pulling each other into a nice little circle. So spiritually, we are connected, although physically on the 3D, we never met. But meanwhile, you got a real family here that didn't appreciate shit that you had coming. This is bigger than you thought. There's a lot of chatter about you happening behind the scenes. Because as in the last reading, I told y'all, it's background people. Y'all heard all the shit that was happening. The trash people was coming today because the day's Wednesday, happy hump day, trash taking itself out. Then all of a sudden we had the lawn care people going. So y'all heard all of that stuff. Y'all might not have knew what it was, but y'all heard the background people. So now today the background people are talking. Everybody got something to say. Because as y'all understand in the disconnect, I'm casting magic. I'm casting spells. Because in the last reading, I couldn't put my finger on it, but I know something didn't happen. Somebody didn't cast a spell. Because this is somebody's, I heard, last-ditch effort. Somebody's last-ditch effort. I got to figure out what to do to get you back. Because the more you are left with your top off, meaning like soda, you know how they leave the soda cap off? It goes fizzy. Kind of takes out the carbonation. It goes flat. You heard my son. Thank you. The longer I leave you flat or the longer I leave you open, it's going flat. Like you have no care in the world for this situation. Like everything was high carbonation from the beginning. The longer they leave the top off, the more I discontinue paying attention or listening to the shit you talking about. Because I don't have to be here. I'm going to go be where I'm celebrated, not where I'm tolerated. Because I don't have to be tolerated by anybody. It's people that really love me in the world. You see what I'm saying? So now you're being celebrated. Now you're being around your soul tribe and the people who are celebrating you. And they like, oh shit, hold on. We thought that we had left the person out, cast them out, abandoned them. But somehow they done did a whole big comeback. How did they get this spark? How did this connection all of a sudden, like how did you get, because Tamisha said flatlined, because there was this, but now you have a new life, because somebody done hit you with the motherfucking, the what's them things, them electric things, what's that stuff that they hit you with at the hospital, the things that bring you back to life. Somebody gave you a jumping cable, because now all of a sudden the spark is back. You shine different, all right? The spark is back. But it didn't happen because of them. They was trying to get you back. Meanwhile, you kicked me out and you didn't want me here. This is bigger than you thought. It was manipulation. She said an AED. They hit you with that machine and now you got a different spark. You look different. You shine different. You grind different. You see what I'm saying? All of a sudden, now, what happened? So now there's talking going on behind the scenes. Like it's a lot of chit chat. Why y'all talking so much? Because you did everything that you could do for me to go here. Yeah, gotta know we shine different. Damn right. We grind different. Because our mind different. Like we don't think like they think. Bars. Period. Okay? We think different than them. Because we don't think in a alignment to hurt, harm, or endanger nobody. We think in a line of giving. Because guess what? God is love. So when we give, it's like a thing that happens in the universe. It's reciprocal energy. So I give to you, you give to me. We start giving to each other. And it's like the healing process that takes place. I keep telling y'all the biggest trick that the devil ever did, get it out, was, or I don't even want to say the devil because even the devil know better, but the biggest trick of the devil is making you think that you belong by yourself. You don't belong by yourself. Yes, there are times when you should be in solitude because you can hear God better when you're not listening to all that chit chat or all that chatter. But when you get connected to the right people, it's like jumper cables. It's healing. It's partnership. It's mutual equal give and take. The energy starts to just flow. And so this is where I can share my energy with Tamisha. I can share my energy with Kristen. I can share my energy with Oreo Mommy. And I know I'm going to get it back. And it's going to be good energy. They're not going to give me back nasty, negative energy. They're going to give me good energy because I'm giving them good energy. So it's reciprocal of what I deserve. Because you know you deserve good energy. We deserve good energy. We don't have to be in places where we are always feeling triggered or where we can't trust. Because when I said in the last reading, heavy is the head that wears the crown, do you know what it feels like when you have a peace of mind? Like, a peace of mind is priceless. You can't pay for that. When I know that I don't have to be triggered and I can let my guard down because I can talk to Kristen about anything and it's not going to go anywhere, or it's not like I'm not going to be used, like it's not going to be used against me later. That's amazing energy, because I can feel comfortable in talking to her and knowing that it's going to be good. Everything's fine. I could be comfortable in talking to Tamisha and knowing that everything's good. Everything's going to be fine. It's even like, even now when I'm saying like, everybody that comes in the chat is not your friend. But do you know what it feels like when you can look in the chat and spot that I know my backing is there? If something happens, I know they got me. If somebody comes in and they start some trouble, they got me. Catherine is right there. Catherine says, we shine bright like a diamond and they shine bright like quartz, a different stone that shines in a different way vibrantly. So you got your thing, we got our thing. We don't even have to ever cross paths, and it's okay. Hey, Lotus, how you doing? Welcome. We're very welcoming to everybody that's in the chat. But everybody that's there understands that everybody in the chat ain't your friend. You see, Tamisha said, I'm on it. She said, only a fool would forfeit that type of energy. You damn right. Because they damn sure got to be some fools. But now they want it back because now they realize it. It was a diamond in the rough. God kept you where you was because a diamond in the rough. God knew that these people would use and abuse that situation if in fact they knew what you were. If them people had known that this was, I just gave you $10 billion. Kristen is worth $10 billion. If them people knew that she was worth $10 billion, they would have treated it different. But God also needs you to see people's true intentions, because their intention wasn't right. Tamisha, worth $10 million. $10 billion. $10 billion is a lot to let slip through your hands. Mind you, Tamisha family was sitting on $10 billion. They didn't know it. You want to know why? Because in the process, we all go out. Me, $10 billion. But because at one point in time, I was out drinking, smoking, doing whatever somebody else would consider hoeing shit, I was having me a good ass time. Not one time in life did I ever consider myself to be this, or this. But I had me a good time. And if I felt like going to have a good time, guess what? I would do it again. Without asking anybody. Because again, I sit under God. I know that anything that I do on this realm, that's going to be God that gets me. I don't have to worry about what y'all saying. So anytime I go do whatever it is I want to do, I'm going to know that God is paying attention. God is listening. She said more than enough for that island, Tamisha. Amen. $10 billion. So they gave me, I'm worth $10 billion. But to somebody, to that man that I just married or whatever back in the day, I wasn't worth shit. I wasn't worth shit to that person. What they saw was, let me attack this person for this, because this person is this, that, and the third. They kept talking crazy. And I'm saying, you're not going to talk to me like that, because I know my worth. I know my worth. Tamisha know her worth. Kristen know her worth. Lotus knows her worth. We know what we worth. But it's bigger than we thought. We didn't realize that it was that. Now all of a sudden they realize it. But you should have realized it way back when. But sometimes, y'all, the other part of this problem is sometimes we don't even know our own worth. And sometimes we stay in places way too long. Now there's a lot of chit chat about you behind the scenes. Because you got still some people thinking that you ain't worth a damn. Why is everybody sweating Kristen? Why is everybody sweating Tamisha? They're not that great. Like hell they not. They priceless to me, because technically you can't put a price on them, that type of energy. Catherine, you can't put a price on that type of energy. Oreo mommy there, you can't put a price on that type of energy. They show up for people without expecting anything. What type of people, how often do you get a person that shows up for you without expecting anything? Because you are bigger than you even know. Sometimes that's one of the things that we have to understand. We are bigger than what we have been told even in life. They tried to condition us for us to think, okay, well, you have to dim your light. You have to be humble for this. You have to be humble for that. Who said? Because God says show up and shine that light. Don't dim your light for nobody. I need you to shine bright as you can because you are the beacon of hope that other people need. So when you sit in this seat and when you start talking to people, I need for you to make them understand because God gave Pisces understanding. God gave Pisces understanding so we understand. Don't dim your light for nobody. I need you to shine as bright as you can to where you can reach galaxies, where you brighten up the universe, where people spot your light. It's like the bat call. You know how when they were in distress and now God said, I need you to shine your light as big and as bright as you can because it's some people out here in distress and I need for them to be able to see you. Shine your light on them. Like Kristen is a singer. Her voice, that frequency is going to touch so many people. Like they don't even have to see her, but her frequency is going to expand and go out into the universe because that's what radio waves do. Now she has to be responsible with her frequency because her conversation, her energy is now reflecting everywhere. But before, when there's people that said, you're never going to be nothing, because I'm sure she heard that. Oh, that's just a hobby. I'm sure they said that. Oh, you're not going to amount to this, that, or the third. Like, that's just wishful thinking. I'm sure they told Tamisha that. Because at some point in time, we did what we wanted to do, and we always going to do what we want to do. But as other people were listening, as other people were watching, that was their thing. I told y'all, somebody told me back in the day, they said, because I had a child, I love you. I had a child at a young age. I was a part of the babies having babies epidemic era back in the day, right? And so somebody told me, my uncle said, and mind you, this is an uncle that I love dearly, right? This was the person that basically was taking care of, helping my mom take care of me when I was little. And this man told my mom that when I had a baby, I was never going to graduate. That came from somebody that I loved. Mind you, it was hurtful. Because I don't know if y'all remember, what is the movie? I wanted to say, for some reason, I thought of School Days, but it wasn't that. It was, it was the movie about a school, and he said, they used to call me Crazy Joe, now they call me Batman. And he made the boys sing the song. He was like, what's the song? Sing the song. Sing the school anthem. What was that called? Yeah, Lean on Me. Yes, Lean on Me. And the little girl that played that character, she was the one that had the baby, and she was real smart. And my uncle referenced me to that girl. And in my mind, it triggered me in a way because I said, you know what? Not only am I going to graduate, but I'm going to do some better shit, right? So not only did I graduate, but also I was finished school a year early because I had to go to a, back then, babies having babies, we had to go to a school. It was called DAPI. And DAPI was where pregnant girls went because, you know, back in the day, they used to do this thing where, you know, the family might be ashamed. But to me, it wasn't that. My mom went to DAPI, I went to DAPI. So, again, generational curses, okay? I tried to make sure my daughter didn't have kids, but there was a thing. She did it on her own, but she did it later on in life. So, either way, I broke that because she had kids at a later date. But still, generational curses. My mom went to DAPI, I went to DAPI. So I graduated a year early. I couldn't even graduate. I couldn't walk during graduation because of the fact that they told me the year before, because they said because of my age, I was not supposed to graduate ahead of my time. So they wouldn't let me graduate ahead of my time. I was done school, though, a year before I was supposed to graduate. I had to wait until it was my time because I was supposed to graduate during this year and they wouldn't let me graduate. So there was that. Secondly, I ain't never been no dumb chick. I always been ahead of the game. So I got certification, this, that, and the third, and I kept doing it and like growing because of the fact that I'm not going to let you speak a curse over me. And at this point in time, I didn't understand how curses actually worked. Hey, Adrian, I didn't understand how curses actually work. Your parents, and I just told y'all in the last reading, will be the ones who speak a lot of curses over their children, not realizing that that's a curse because the power of life and death is in the tongue. So when that man said I wasn't going to graduate, it triggered me to say, who you talking to? So I went further, and then I ended up going to college for business management or criminal justice because I did both. But I ended up not wanting to finish, which is something that I still think that I might need to do, but I don't know because I ain't decided that yet. But the point of it is I graduated, and I graduated ahead of time, but not because of the fact that they wouldn't let me walk until it was time for me to walk. Okay, so there's that. Then we got, it says, trauma. Your trauma is a loss of status or reputation, right? But you can't lose status if God gave you status. And sometimes we think that these people here are important. They don't really be important because they don't understand how. Okay, so maybe they be important a little bit, because I'm gonna just say also Judas was important to the assignment. Certain things have to get done because I tell Tamisha all the time about the haters. The haters are important as well, okay? Oreo Mommy said, myself as well. First child at 17. Aunties down me so bad. 23 years later, they still feel guilty. Period. Because they don't understand. She said, height, respect. When you show up and shine like the when you show up and shine the light, the roaches will scatter. Period. I know that's right. She said, let our beacon be the brightest. Yeah, period. Let our beacon be the brightest. Respect to Madam Reader and your soul family. Stay blessed and love each other. Most of humanity is worth it. Go get grounded with nature today. Nature's great. Thank you, Banji, Oreo Mommy. And now they want to be like you. Yes, because guess what? She said, yes, ma'am. All four of my kids are in great places in life. Amen. I like it and I agree. Because nobody can tell you what you're going to do. You are the architect. But just imagine trying to get through a family trying to bury you. Because again, even in the last reading, y'all saw that the Empress got buried over top of other cards. So who would be doing that? This is bigger than you thought. There's a lot of chit chatter about you. But also remember, nothing happens without God seeing it. So you were allowed to be buried, okay? Because y'all do know what I've been teaching you about cultivating and seeds and planting. In order for you to grow a seed, you got to put dirt on it. They didn't know you was going to grow from that. It's called strength of character, strength of morals. Like morals and values were important. You were already, because in the last reading I told y'all that the covenant was already established. The blessing was already yours. They thinking that you just got it because you got here. No, that covenant was already established centuries, many, many moons ago. It was already spoken that Tamisha was going to come into this realm and Tamisha was going to be the chosen one. That Kristen was going to come into this realm. It's a prophecy. I told y'all before, it kept saying that it's in the cards. It kept being a thing. And I'm like, okay, so somebody getting readings on somebody or something being done? No, they said it was fated. It was fated for this time that you would show up at this time. You would be here. And this is what was going to happen. So it's not new. It was already in the covenant. And what I say, ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is definitely bliss. But ignorance, you can't stand on ignorance. Because at the end of the day, when you know better, you do better. So the universe and your spirit guides and your ancestors was damn sure going to wake you up. You had to be awakened at this time for you to understand who you are and for you to understand or be able to articulate what was happening to you. So you have to bury your seed for one in order for it to grow, right? But there's more, because you can bury your seed anywhere. It don't necessarily mean it was going to grow. You understand? They had to bury you in good ground. Haters be not understanding or don't understand the amount of, stop putting yourself in people's business because you be helping. Okay? Y'all be helping inadvertently. Y'all don't even understand the amount of shit that y'all be doing only helps. So in order for us to be buried, it would have to go in good ground. So where were we at that basically y'all decided to plant us and bury us? So I showed y'all where they try to cover up an empress there. But she had to be in good ground, good soil, in order for it to be cultivated and grow. So each one has a lesson, because then it was even talking about manifestation. When you manifest, first you have to sow the seed. And then for you to sow the seed, you got to make sure you sow the seed in good ground. And then on top of that, it has to be, in order to get something, you have to give something. So there has to be a sacrifice. You still got to work the ground. You still got to till the ground. You still got to do the thing. So even though they kicking dirt and doing this and doing that, you still cultivating. So that mouth, and I'm sure if a lot of y'all haters knew that y'all were helping the chosen ones or helping us like kind of grow and helping us elevate, y'all would probably stop doing half of the messiness that y'all be doing. All right, it says spirit is saying act. So there's an action that has to be done. Or you cover up a chosen one and now you wonder why they growing like they growing. Because you did so much. And then on top of that, she said, thank you for your energy. You're welcome. Thank you, Tamisha, for being here. So all the shit that y'all put on top of chosen ones, y'all know what happens when you cultivate something. Shit helps stuff grow. It's just that we know what to do with it. The seed actually knows what to do with the shit. So y'all keep throwing the shit. Mind you, it ain't doing nothing but helping them grow bigger, better, stronger. I'm growing shit right now. And fertilizer, although I'm using natural fertilizer, but guess what? It's still the same shit. It's stuff that's basically I done put in a bottle, banana stuff. You shake it up every day and it turns into, it look like shit, but then I dump it on the plant and now my plants are healthy, happy, wealthy, and growing. Because the seed, the DNA strand of a chosen one already knows how to activate and cultivate. It's almost like God knew that they were going to do some shit to you. So God said, let me put it in the chosen one to be able to understand how this helps. So she said the shit actually is fertilizer. Yes. Yes, thank you, ma'am, for your hard work and time. Thank you. Because we have to cultivate the land. We still got to actually make things grow. And so they be throwing shit on your name, but they don't realize they fertilizing. Because what ended up happening was somebody throwing shit on your name, it made somebody else go look. So let me go look at Kristen, because these people is working overtime to try to bury this poor child. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna go figure out what's happening. Let me go look at Benji, because they working overtime to throw dirt on Benji's name in so many different ways. Y'all working overtime. Why? Because maybe Benji didn't realize who Benji was. But the amount of work that y'all motherfuckers is putting into this shit made me now establish, like, well, damn, I must be the shit. Because, yo, why are y'all putting, like, in my mind, I done said it before, and Tamisha can tell y'all, I was like, it ain't that serious. Because in my mind, I'm thinking I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting here playing with cards, as they say. You just playing with your little cards? Yes. But I'm speaking to a nation. I'm giving people hope. Playing with my little dumb cards. So you coming over here to talk shit, to throw fertilizer, but why you wasting your time? Because if I'm not doing too much, you shouldn't have had a problem with leaving and just going on about your business. So if y'all not doing too much, they should have not even attempted to mess with you. But there is a saying that the devil don't mess with people who are already doing his work. So the devil don't got no reason to mess with you if you already doing the work. But so apparently you doing something that is high authority in order for the devil to, or the minions, because I keep saying it, I don't even think the devil has, like, the devil is even saying, can y'all stop adding these people to me? Because I didn't do that. Even the devil got to go to God in order to get permission to touch you. The devil had to go to God in order to get permission to touch Job. He was told, you can't kill Job. You can take from Job. You could do this. You could do this. You could do that. You can't kill him. Not one time in the process of that did Job act like he didn't know who God was, because even in the midst of all the shit that we have gone through and all the shit that we had to deal with from them people, we still know who God is, every single one of us. I talk to each one of them. I know they know who God is. I also know that they know God don't play about me. God don't play about them. And I also know you're going to have to go to war with God in order to get anywhere near me, period. So choose that pathway. But I can almost bet you that each one of us, each person that's here that would consider themselves to be a chosen one, has gone through something that, why we got to go through that? Why did we have to go through that? Because it's much bigger than we thought. Much bigger than we even thought. There's a lot of chit chatter in the universe right now going on about us, our people, my channel, my poor little channel. I'm over here saying my poor little channel. Mind you, my channel got more activity than I even know about. How? How is the energy being, y'all covered it up, y'all covered me up, but literally I just saw something happen. So the last reading that I just did, right, at 7, instantly had, like, I think it said 2,000 and something views on it, right? I went to check my monetization behind the scenes. Somehow my monetization got turned off from my video. How? Even the system, because I swear AI is targeting, ain't no way that it could have been turned off, because of the fact that I instantly made sure that only a certain amount of people could come in here. I instantly did this and I instantly did that. But somehow behind the scenes, it looked like my monetization had been turned off. It keeps being an inside job. Like, there's no other way. I don't care what nobody's saying. Each time something happens to a chosen one, it's always an inside job. From somebody who's supposed to care for us, for somebody that's supposed to, you know, protect us, or from somebody that is supposed to assist us in some form or fashion. Which also triggers us to now back away from anybody and everybody that could potentially come in to help us. So now we have to have some discernment. And this is where they're making it so our gifts, our talents have to be a little bit more honed in. Yes, exactly. My little big channel. Exactly. Because my channel's bigger than what even I know. There's so many people that come in to listen, but yet they won't like, they won't subscribe, they won't even acknowledge the fact that they hear, or they'll listen to me every day because you want the knowledge, you want the information, you understand what I'm saying. Some of y'all could be triggered because I understand how dealing with this type of energy or these type of entities could make somebody run and hide. I understand. But the only way we are all going to actually outshine that is if we all bind together or bond together in order to kind of project it really out into the universe. And yes, one energy can do that. Your energy can do that. But can y'all imagine what type of light we can shed on the universe if we all did it together? But spiritually, a lot of us be triggered by the shit that our so-called family members have put out there or have done to us. Because literally, and like I said, my family loved me, but not all my family loved me. Everybody that's in the chat is my friend, but everybody in the chat ain't my friend. Because the only way that the devil can get to you is to use the people that are closest to you. And so if these people are compromised, is what I call them, because these people also have their own addictions. These people have their own whatever it is. It could be sex, money, drugs, life be lifing. And so good people could turn out to be the biggest influence that the devil gets to use. And you would be saying, oh, not my mom, or not my this, or not my that. Yeah, it be them. It be them. I love you, son. Have a good day. So your kids, because that was my son, just walked out the door. And literally I done said, I noticed that when he's here or when the energy comes in, my energy changes. Because y'all don't realize a lot of y'all being empathic or spiritually inclined are picking up energies that are not of yours. They're not yours. She said they rob and they steal. Benji said grow plants in fabric pots, more forgiving if you love the plants with too much water. Tamisha said, but they really do need the cards. That's the part that they're not getting. Yeah, they do. I'm afraid to plant my seeds here because this is in my home. So should I still always plant my seed, like actually seed sunflowers, even if I know this isn't my sacred place? Why not? Put them in pots and take them with you. But at least you know that your energy is being used and utilized in a certain form or fashion. And on top of that, when you send energy to a plant, that plant sends energy to other plants. And so to me, it gives me my signature. My planting is more spiritual than I feel like it is physically 3D, because me putting my hands on the plants and me putting my energy into the plants also lets Mother Nature know that I am co-creating with her. Like, I want to be here. Also, I'm doing the thing that I need to do because, again, sowing seed and cultivating the land is basically a part of your sacrifice. Your sacrifice back into the universe, because you do realize plants give oxygen and a whole slew of other things that basically now you're giving back to Mother Nature. So there's that. It's bigger than you thought. There's a lot of chit chatter about you. Mind you, I also said, because this reminded me of something when I was talking about Alexander the Great, and I said they was calling me the mother of many. And then I told y'all I realized, or I found out I was in my mother's energy also, because somehow she has her platform on TikTok, but somehow, and mind you, I hadn't talked to her for a while until the other day, but somehow I had been channeling her connection, and come to find out they were also calling her the same exact thing. How does my mother get the same name that they gave me? So I don't know if we're running in the same energy signature or if they're actually still trying to figure out, because they should know where we are. My mother does the same exact thing I do. Or if it's just a generational thing that happens. I don't know. I don't think she's taking nothing from me, and I'm damn sure trying not to take nothing from her. But as y'all know, the genealogy of a family, I do have energy of hers and my dad. So it could just be as simple as that. But also, like I said, I hadn't talked to her, but somehow I channeled her energy. So this is bigger than you thought, because every time when I spoke to her, she told me everything that was going on. I'm saying that's what I've been talking to my channel about. So we talking about also blending, because I feel like something about a marriage is now we're talking about. I don't know. But this is bigger than you thought. There's a lot of chit chatter about you, and now there's a wedding. So don't ask me what that's about, but okay, let me see. Because I don't know where that just came from out of nowhere. So marriages are blends, connections, unions, and partnerships, okay? So there's that. So it could be a blending of the energies, maybe, is what they're saying. But I heard marriage, so it really doesn't matter where or what you pot in. If you have the energy, it will grow. Amen. You better know that's right. Because my aunt says she just throws seeds on the ground and the shit just regrows itself. So there is that. All right, so we got Yewa and guidance. Y-E-W-A. Okay? And guidance. Now let's see what happens. Where you're at. All right, so all right, y'all, excuse me for that. So it says There are multiple matches for Yua, including a subgroup of the Yoruba people, which is what I told y'all, one thing connected to the other one. So the last message that we got was something about South Africa. So Yoruba people in the world from map pud dungeon vocabulary Yua. All right, it's a subgroup of the Yoruba people who live in the eastern Ogun. Ogun is a deity. Eastern Ogun, Western Senatorial District of Ogun State of Nigeria. In 1995, the group changed their name to Yua, after Yahweh. Is it Yua River, Yahweh, or is it Yahweh, or is it Yua? Yewa River. Let me see what this means. All right, so it means, so the origin of it means pure and virgin. All right, so it says in Yoruba mythology from Nigeria, Yua is a goddess of virginity and death, said to reside in a graveyard. All right, so I'm trying to figure out why all of a sudden are we stuck in Africa. All right. Also, it's a Santeria goddess of death and virginity. So Santeria is here again from yesterday. So if you were here yesterday and you haven't saw it, guess what? Yewa. Okay, so it is a... Okay, let me see what's happening here. So which one is that? That's Instagram. So we're going to shut Instagram down because Instagram is basically... needs the charging, so we're gonna get that over and done with. All right, so that's shut off. So Instagram is shut down. Back to y'all with this. Let's see, because we're talking about... All right, it says shrouded in mystery. Yua is a recluse, Orisha, that lives in a graveyard along with her sister Oya. Together, these two Orishas rule over the cemeteries and make sure that there is no mixing between the worlds of the living and the dead. Still, Yahweh, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, wasn't always spending her days and nights surrounded by graves. Once upon a time, her life looked quite different. So how did she end up in a graveyard? After all, spending so many years around the dead doesn't sound very lucrative, even for an Orisha or a goddess. I am sick of you. I am cracking up. Okay, so the most obvious answer is, well, someone has to do it. What I said, get somebody else to do it. Guess what they said? Somebody got to do it. Yeah, Kristen, somebody got to do it. Y'all, I am cracking up. This shit just be like, I swear the universe is saying, pay attention, my child. Pay attention, beloved. Okay? All right. The answer is obvious. Well, somebody has to do it. We gonna get her to do it, okay? So, however, I believe there is a deeper meaning to Yahweh's state in the graveyard. Okay, it says sometimes. So, is this saying somebody went to the graveyard? Because literally, this is bigger than you. And then we just had in the last reading, something is wrong. I can't put my finger on it. Somebody did something, and now we at the graveyard. And y'all do know these little bitches be going and digging up graveyard dirt and doing shit. Okay. So here we are. Sometimes the world of the living is too cruel. Many people whose hearts are still beating fully deserve to be called heartless, period. With that in mind, it is a bit easier to understand Yahweh's reasoning behind withdrawing from the living world. Girl, yes, they do all that. I had to tell a bitch one time, look, she went digging up graveyard dirt, ain't asked nobody nothing, and then she came to me because she needed something cleansing on her ass. Bitch, take that back, put it back, and say sorry. That'll be the last thing they did, girl. And then, period, and it was, because she needed help bad. Just like with the other deities from the Yoruba Santeria religions, there are several different origin stories of Yahweh, also known as Yagua and Yua. The first one, y'all, I don't know why they keep taking me down this road, because here we go again. The first one that I'm going to share with you is especially tragic. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? What I say this morning about them love spells. Seduction gone wrong. According to this version, Yahweh was a simple young girl that was still a virgin and quite naive. She was also very beautiful, and her chastity invoked curiosity in many men that wanted to possess her. Even the Orishas felt enamored by Yahweh, and to be more specific, Shango was the one who fell in love with her. He was a notorious womanizer who had already seduced many girls, women, and even female Orishas. Like a lamb is an easy prey for... Prey, y'all hear that? Prey. P-R-E-Y. All right, exactly. I don't either. Yo, she was too naive and fell in love with Shango's seduction. She fell pregnant, but Shango was nowhere to be found. Y'all, didn't we just have a conversation about me being a babies having babies? Niggas don't be around. She felt alone and humiliated, scared and desperate. There was Bamaru, the Orisha of the desert. Guardian of the cemetery and bones came into the story. He offered to help Yahweh to end the pregnancy by giving her an herbal potion. Didn't I just talk to y'all about fucking drinking and poison was coming up? Didn't I tell y'all that? If you ain't seen that last reading and you new here, go look at that last reading after I'm done here. And don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. It's 21 people here, 57 people watching. All right, so he offered Yahweh to end the pregnancy by giving her an herbal potion to drink. Yeah, exactly. After she drank the potion, Yahweh aborted very soon and buried the fetus under a tree. Tamisha, didn't you just talk to me about a damn tree? Yes, you did. All right, so moving on from trauma. Devastated and traumatized. This reading is giving me too many synchronicities and too many signs that I just am not happy about. Devastated and traumatized, Yahweh decided to exile herself into the cemetery. Meanwhile, Bamaru went to Olokun and told him everything that had happened. The two of them went to the tree where Yahweh's fetus was buried, and Olokun resurrected its spirit. The child was named Borosia and later served as a guard at Olokun's court. And I know I might be butchering these names, but hey, we'll figure it out later because apparently I got a whole Orisha thing to look up. But what happened next remains a bit ambiguous. In one version, Yahweh continues her life in the cemetery and Bomaru goes back to his usual. However, in another version, Bomaru and Yahweh get married. Didn't I just say something about marriage? Y'all, this is getting on my nerves because literally it's starting to piss me off. It is also not clarified where the marriage happened in order to save Yahweh's honor or become Bomaru was genuinely in love with her. Girl, everything, and then on top of that, the readings previously, if you new here and this makes sense to you, every reading from this past 2 weeks, you just need to go look at them. Like literally every single one of them. There's so many lives. Go look at them because this is some shit. Like literally confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. And I told y'all something about your virtue. So whoever's doing this, because y'all already told y'all spell being casted, this is what they're using. This also makes his motives to help her dubious. Did he give her the potion to help her end an unwanted pregnancy, or because he wanted her for himself? What I tell y'all about people's intentions? Sneaky Shango. This is another version of Yawa's origin story, and it is a bit less tragic than the first version, but it has the same culprit. Shango, Yawa, and the daughter of Obatala, another powerful Orisha that was responsible for creating mankind. Additionally, Obatala was a god of purity, and his daughter decided to follow in his footsteps. Yawa was determined to keep her chastity vow and to remain a virgin for forever. And see, all this is giving me, y'all, is because I have a Nigerian descent in my DNA, right? And all it's wanting me to do is be mindful of, like, stuff that I need to look up pertaining to me and my history and my culture. But in my mind, I keep feeling like there's a connection, or there's some people that are trying to get me to kind of convert to them and be around them. But I don't trust nobody that is a part of this shit. So even if I was to learn this, I would have to learn it outside of anybody that I've ever met. And then on top of that, I would probably still have to scrutinize this person in so many different ways, because whoever has been doing this ain't new to me. This is years in the running. Drink your water, Pisces. But it's pissing me off because it feels like everything, because my readings have been guided like it's going through a story or a process, as if it's just basically taking me down like the journey, the pathway in order to get here. But the people who have been tied to it and attached to it right now, I don't trust none of y'all. And that's the thing. Because the way it's giving it to me and the way they're trying to get me to learn it is like almost pissing me off in a way that, because it's conniving. That's what it's giving me. Yawa was determined to keep her chastity vow and remain a virgin for forever. That's why she decided to abandon the mortal world and live an isolated life in her father's crystal palace. All right, so let's see. However, her peace didn't last for long. Shango heard about a beautiful virgin, Orisha, living in her father's castle, hidden from everyone. He felt tempted to find and seduce her. But to get even close to Yawa, Shango had to be smart. That's why he was sneaked into the garden of Obatala, where Yawa would come for occasional walks. After some time, Yawa arrived, and Shango could finally see her beauty in its full glory. However, Shango wasn't the only one who saw and was mesmerized by what he saw. What did I say about the reading yesterday? It was two people. Somebody wanted it. You know, escape. I'm trying to get somebody from this or away from this person. Once she saw, this says love at first sight. Once she saw Shango, Yawa experienced emotions she had never felt before. Love, lust, and passion. Confused, ashamed, and scared, Yawa quickly ran away back to her father's palace. Even though she did nothing wrong, Yawa still felt guilty about her emotions. She felt like she had broken her vow. That's why she went to her father and confessed what happened, in the hope of getting a piece of good advice on what to do next. Abatala was also confused by this whole situation. As the god of purity, he had to reprimand his daughter for this minor indiscretion. But on the other hand, he loved her and didn't want to make the whole situation even more difficult for her. That's why he finally came up with a foolproof plan that would protect his daughter's chastity from everyone, even from Shango. Yawa was sent to the realm of the dead, where she was appointed as a cemetery guardian. She was finally able to keep her vow without any distractions, because no one, even Shango, dared to enter to the realm of the dead. What did I tell y'all this morning? When I said Kevin Gates said something about distractions, no distractions, and a person that's off of their purpose will only keep you from your purpose. It's too much, like, mind-blowing. Robin, you ain't never said nothing but the truth. Oh my gosh. I better not be pregnant, y'all. I know God don't give us too much, but oh my God, girl. Yawa's role in Santeria religion. Okay, so there is that. I already said that Yawa is also known for protecting the graveyards along with her sister Oya. However, that wasn't always her main role. The transition to the symbolism behind it. In the Yoruba religion, Yawa was initially an Orisha connected to water, fertility, and birth. However, she slowly changed into a graveyard keeper. that was responsible for keeping the world of the dead separate from the world of the living. This change was especially noticeable during the transatlantic slave trade. Slaves that arrived on the American continent and their descendants established a new form of religion, Santeria, in which Yahweh was only known as a graveyard keeper and the goddess of death. But meanwhile, y'all also heard that she was of the water. Let's see, where was that at? She was connected to water, fertility, and birth. Okay, so there's that. And then let's see. It seems that Yahweh's interaction with Brahmaru was, okay. So now my screen blacked out. Okay, y'all, my screen blacked out and went somewhere different. Let's see what happened. Mind you, it popped always. Is this even the same page? All right, so it went somewhere else down to the bottom, but I think I got it back up. This change was okay. We read that. It seems that Yahweh's interaction with Bamaru and potential marriage is a perfect metaphor for this shift in Yahweh's duties. She was the Orisha of water and fertility, but once she was used and betrayed by Shango, she accepted Bamaru's help. Mamaru is the Orisha of the desert and desiccation, the complete opposite of Yahweh's initial duties. He is also closely related to death, and after all, he helped Yahweh abort her unborn child. Yeah, I see that. Once Yahweh decided to accept Bamaru's help, she gave up on her role as an Orisha of water when she aborted the fetus grown inside of her. He also gave up on her role as an Orisha of fertility. So that's given like somebody being tricked out of their spot. Graveyard guardian. Once Yao was settled into the realm of the dead, she accepted various roles that came with that. She danced over the graveyards and tombs, bringing solace and peace to the deceased souls. Occasionally, she turned into an owl to perform her duties without being noticed by living mortals. I got an owl out back that lives in my trees, y'all. Her role is to take care of recently deceased souls, protecting their gravestones, and making sure that these souls can safely reach the afterlife. She still values purity and innocence and will often punish those who are trying to harm chaste people. Additionally, she will punish those that make fun of the dead or try to desecrate their realms or try to desecrate their remains in any possible way. But if you're respectful and well-behaved, you won't have to worry about experiencing Yahweh's wrath. Yahweh's significance for the Yoruba people. Despite our main focus being Yahweh's role in the Santeria religion, it is impossible to pay tribute to this goddess without acknowledging her roots. Apart from her representing virginity, chastity, and purity, Yahweh was also a patron of mothers and women in general. Would that also be like the mother of many? Yahweh was also the patron of mothers and women in general. Namaste. 144K strong. Vibrate. Stay safe. Blessed. Amen. Amen. Her name was actually coined from two Yoruba words, Yeye, mother, and Awa, hour. Is any of this not like disturbing y'all? Because if it's not disturbing y'all, it's disturbing me. Okay? I mean, it's so many different things that is going through my mind right now. This shows perfectly how revered Yahweh was in the Yoruba tribes. One subgroup of Yoruba people from the Ogun state is named Yahweh. Finally, one of the biggest rivers in today's Nigeria, the land of the Yoruba people, is called Yahweh, which again, I don't know. Yahweh's relationship to other Orishas. If you are familiar with other Orishas, you probably noticed that there are several different stories about those Orishas. Many of those stories contradict each other. As a result of relationships between different Orishas often vary from one story to the next. That's the case with Yahweh too, but there's also some constants here. Her constant is definitely Shango as her love interest, that soils her chastity and eventually forces her to abandon the world of the living. In the world of the dead, Yawa rules over the cemeteries along with her sister Oya. However, other relationships aren't so clear. In one version of her story, she gets married to Bamaru, but in the second version, that doesn't happen. There are also versions in which she never meets him at all. Regarding her father, Abatala, there are versions of the Yawa story in which he isn't mentioned at all. Alternatively, Yawa is sometimes considered to be a female representation counterpart of Obatala. Trinity of Death. Also, there is a third sister guardian in the graveyards with Yahweh and Oya. Her name is Oba, and she is the goddess of mountains and cemeteries. The three sisters rule over graveyards, transfer deceased souls into the afterlife, and protect the secrets of the dead from the living. These three sisters might sound like characters from a horror movie, but their role in Yoruba and Santeria religions is much more nuanced than that. While death is a scary concept for most people, it is natural and necessary. Girl, yes. Yawa, Oya, and Oba aren't some monsters that will haunt you and harm you for no reason. They don't get to decide who lives or dies. Their job is just to protect the world of the dead and keep it separate from the world of the living. Which, I don't know how many guardians these people need at the motherfucking gates, because we also have, what is his name? It is... Well, I can't think of nobody's name right now. No, what's happening with that? Yeah, what's his brother name? Yeah, that's exactly right. Because Legba is a guard, but it's his brother also. Like, how many gatekeepers do we need? Because they're saying almost as if she would be a gatekeeper. So their job is just to protect the world of the dead and keep it separate from the world of the living. Because so does Papa Legba. Papa Legba does that, but so does his brother. Without them, there would be no clear line between those worlds, and that would be a real life horror movie. Finally, isn't comforting to know that you will be protected by three loving goddesses, even if you pass. And that is also, let me see. Excuse me. All right, so we got Haitian voodoo, folk Catholicism, Dominican voodoo, and Khufu, the twin brother. Yes, because he actually also is another one, but he's a trickster energy. So, y'all, this is getting on my nerves. I'm not, and mind you, it's 1:11. Okay, just so y'all know. So Yawa's appearance. Yawa is often portrayed as a young and beautiful dark-skinned woman. She is often wearing pink veils and a crown made of cowrie shells. Sometimes, didn't I talk to y'all about them shells this morning? I did. Sometimes Yawa will assume the appearance of an owl to go unnoticed by mortals when performing some of her tasks. Then this is what it showed up. This is when it blanked out the first time. This is where it was. It blanked out and went here. So apparently from the initial, when I said it, Tamisha said attempting to block the message, this is what it showed me. It popped all the way down there. All right, so let's see. So we got several different energies, and why is it giving me, y'all? So, all right, is an Iowa and Haitian voodoo, Dominican voodoo, Winty, and Louisiana voodoo, who serves as an intermediary between God and humanity. He stands as a spiritual crossroads and gives or denies permission to speak to the spirits of Guinea, and is believed to speak all human languages. In Haiti, he is also the great elocutioner. Legba facilitates communication, speech, and understanding. He is commonly associated with dogs. Papa Legba is invoked at the beginning of every ceremony. Papa Legba has his origins in the historic West African kingdom of Dahomey, located within present-day Benin. No pun to the Geminis. They are symbols of Gemini. Let's see. He usually appears an old man as a crutch or cane and broad brimmed straw hat, smoking a pipe and drinking dark rum. The dog is sacred to him. Legba is synchronized with Saint Peter, Saint Lazarus, and Saint Anthony. His veve incorporates a walking cane on the right side, offering to him typically included candy. All right, so all right, I need something else. So I don't understand why we got to keep doing this, because I feel like we are on a fucking field trip here. That's the way it keeps coming across. Like, let's learn. All right, let's see. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Because here we are. All right, let's see. We got to go over here.
In debt can take anywhere from 14 to 26 years to pay off if you're only paying.
Hey guys, listen up. YouTube works with an algorithm. By you. Now, the Kafu can be looked at in various ways. Is self-explanatory. Metkafu. And why is he associated with Jesus and Satan? Metkafu is a loi. That name is self-explanatory. Some people would like to say Kalfu. I haven't heard that in a long, long time, but there is a code in that. Kalfu. When you Kafu, of course, is also associated with Satan, or Satan. But before I get into the negative, I want to say this on the positive, on the light side of things.
All right, he pissing me off with this music, so give me 1 second, because I don't want to hear that shit. Let's see if somebody got some sense.
A moon god that was responsible for functions of the night, the energy of the moon, the energy of the underworld. Okay, he had dealings with that as well. Now,
all right, y'all, I don't like it. I don't know what the fuck is up with these people and this shit, but I don't know why everybody thinks that that music is something that should be heard, but I don't like it because it's disturbing my frequency. All right, so I want to know. All right, let's see what this person says. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to figure out something. I know I've seen this before. There's a actual video that I was watching one time, and it made sense.
Satan. Some even ask if Metcalfu is Satan himself. Well, the identity in the association of Metcalfu
Can y'all hear that?
with Satan is due to the energy of Kal.
All right, I don't know. I can't. It's not letting me hear it like good enough that I need. But anyway, so y'all just look it up yourself because I feel like it's a lesson that is happening behind here. So
$80.
I don't really because I can't find the one that I was actually listening to. But I feel like because there was talking about a marriage, and like I said, how did I get to a marriage? But then y'all hear the marriage, so something's not right. All right, let me turn this down, and then gonna get back into what we talking about. So a marriage is a blend. Y'all heard me say that, but then y'all also heard how we got to her, which is throwing me the hell off. But we gonna do that. Come on. Now my stuff over here wanna be acting up. Because apparently, y'all, there's something happening. And I told y'all about a spell that's being casted, but apparently somebody's trying to cover it up. Either way, we already know. Stupid. So now let's figure out what it entails. All right, there's that. So apparently... All right, let's see what else we got. It says, you already know that Yahweh can become quite angry and even vengeful towards those that are disrespectful and mean. She is especially protective over the dead and those who are innocent, pure, and virginal. All right, so let's see. It says, however, apart from insulting the dead or innocent people, there are also some other ways to make Yahweh angry with you. If you want to worship this goddess or you are simply standing near her image, there are some things you should avoid doing. For example, since Yahweh is a protector of virginity and innocence, don't swear in front of her image. Don't engage in sexual activities or talk about sex even when through innuendos. Don't start a fight and don't be mean to other people. Yahweh's priests and priestesses weren't allowed to eat anything. All right, something about the color purple just popped up too. They weren't allowed to eat anything that came from the sea. However, dishes made with fish can be used as offerings for Yahweh. I mean, in my mind, I don't know how we got here to her because to me, I cuss too much. So apparently that wouldn't work. Yahweh and her Christian renditions, like many other Santeria deities, Yahweh was synchronized with a Christian saint, in particular with the Black Madonna of Montserrat. Black Madonnas are depictions of the Virgin Mary, and in these depictions, Mary has dark skin and other motifs that were not so typical for Christian saints. Black Madonnas represent various cultures, so again, they changed some stuff. Black Madonnas are present in various cultures all around the world, but they are especially popular in Central and South America. There, a Black Madonna is usually depicted in a doll-sized sculpture with any of those sculpted between to have healing powers. Just like Yahweh, Black Madonnas represent dark femininity energy that can be scary to some, but it is necessary to keep the cycle of life and death intact as it should be. Exactly, Kristen. You already know where this is going. If you're interested in other goddesses that ooze the dark feminine energy, stay closely connected to the death, rebirth, and some such goddesses all around the world. Marina, Morangan, Nephthys, Freya, and Hecate are only a few of countless other goddesses. Another interesting detail that caught my attention when learning about Yahweh was she aborted her fetus. She buried it under the tree. From there, this fetus was resurrected by Olokun. In many cultures, trees had magical attributes. For example, ancient Slavic tribes believed that trees were connected to various deities. The Vikings had YGG Drizzle, Yag Drizzle, the cosmic tree of life. Yahweh's decision to bury her unborn child under the tree wasn't so random. It was her desperate attempt to get help from the gods, and fortunately she received it. This detail might seem minor and even random, but it shows how intertwined all cultures are within each other, with nature and with God universe. While YGG Drizzle isn't a goddess, it gives life, just like Oklun and the tree from Yahweh's story. Legacy. Even though Yahweh is quite obscure, the lesson that we can learn from her are extremely valuable. After all, every woman can relate to her story, as we were all once naive or innocent and full of hope. Unfortunately, just like Yahweh, most women have met a man similar to Shango, the one who will sweet talk his entrance into your heart, but disappear soon after he gets what he wants. Of course, there are also men like Bomaru, and they will act like they want to help you with your problems, but their intentions will also be quite questionable. It is up to each woman to decide how she will protect herself against such men. Will she, like Yahweh, isolate herself in a way that no one can hurt her anymore? Sure, that's one way to do it. However, if you have been hurt by a man or anyone else, you should consider dealing with the pain in a more healthy way. Another thing caught my attention when reading Yahweh's origin story, particularly the virgin and in which she becomes pregnant and aborts the child. It seems like Yahweh has little to no control in both instances. She didn't want to stay pregnant and she didn't want to abort the child, but she felt like she had no other choice at the moment. Her story is a textbook example of how the loss of bodily autonomy can be tragic for women. Finally, Yahweh's story raises an important question about whether it is possible to remain innocent and pure in this corrupted world. Shall we become as cynical and close to the world in their way to remain innocent while she's still being aware as the state of the world? And then it says symbols here. Since Yahweh is a goddess of death, water, and virginity, her symbols should represent that. So if you want to connect with Yahweh on a deeper level by surrounding yourself with her symbols, here are some suggestions. Okay, so general. Various bodies of water can symbolize Yahweh's water. Water makes us clean and pure, which is another connection to Yahweh, the virgin goddess. So the next time you want to venerate Yahweh, you can do that by nearby by a river, lake, a pond, etc. Some other symbols can be used to symbolize Yahweh or Fridays, gravestones, and pink veils. All right. Animals. An owl is a nocturnal animal closely connected to death, but also to knowledge and wisdom. As such, it is a perfect symbol of Yahweh, especially if you remember that Yahweh occasionally transforms into an owl. Other animals that symbolize Yahweh are fish, dolphins, and seashells, especially cowrie shells. All right, plants. If you're looking to plant what symbolize Yahweh, you have several options. For example, a white lotus represents purity and innocence because it stays pure and beautiful even in muddy waters. Some other plants that can be used as symbols of Yahweh are lilies, roses, chrysanthemums, orchids, and meadow sweet flowers. Perfume scents. Mint, orange, rose, vanilla, bergamot, water lily, and apricot are scents that perfectly capture Yahweh's beauty and innocence, and such they are great symbols and choices. Gems and metals. Pearls are perfect symbols of Yahweh because they are pure and perfect just like she is. Their beauty is unmatched and nothing can stain it. A similar can be said for diamonds and gold. So if you want to wear gemstones or precious metals that would remind you of Yahweh, these are the best choices. Goddesses jewelry. There are many great reasons why you might want to keep healing crystals or stones close to you. That can look like great as jewelry only to make it so much better. Here, hope you will find. Okay, so whatever. Colors. White is the color of innocence, purity, and virginity, which makes Yahweh's color. Yahweh can also be seen wearing pink veils, which makes a pink color another good choice for a symbol. Alternatively, scarlet color can also be used and represent Yahweh's femininity and beauty. Embracing the call of Yahweh, recognizing her presence, and cultivating a sacred connection. Have you ever felt a profound connection to solitude and spiritual purity and wondered if it's more than just a coincidence? For many spiritual seekers, the Santeria Orisha Yahweh may be extended an invitation to connect, discover, to reconnect, or recognize what the hell is happening. Discover how to recognize the signs or of calling, invoking the presence, or cultivating a meaningful relationship with this powerful Orisha. Well, I sound like some stuff that I didn't already said. How to know if Yahweh is calling you. One way to recognize Yahweh's call is through feelings of solitude and spiritual purity. An increased interest in meditation or introspection may be signs. Pay attention to the sudden urges to distance yourself from worldly matters. Been there, done that. Dreams and visions are another way Yahweh may reach out. Dreams featuring her or her symbols may, like skulls or cemetery images, can be significant. Similarly, visions of quiet, secluded places may signal her presence. Finally, note any synchronicities in your life, repeating encounters with her symbols or a strong attraction to her stories and mythology can indicate that Yahweh is calling you. The patterns may seem coincidental, but nothing worth noting. All right. So it tells you how to invoke her. I'm not telling y'all how to invoke her, because if you want to invoke her, do it your damn self. But also, I'm going to just say this, because just like that pizza thing, it's not a coincidence. So what happens when she said, yes, mother of all. So what happens when your mission fails? What I tell you, somebody got to pay the piper. So somebody got to pay the piper. That means that, you know how I said get somebody else to do it, and they said who else can do it? Her, she gonna do it. Whoever invoked it, they gonna do it, okay? Because I ain't doing it, all right? So figure out how to invoke her yourself if you feel that, because like I said, I cuss too much, so I don't know how she got here on my table, but y'all heard me say something about a marriage. I don't know how we got to a marriage, but then y'all heard how we got to a marriage. So somebody is invoking deities. Just get somebody else. All right, so it says guidance here. So if you feel led to call on her, speak to her, this would be where you would go. I wasn't feeling led or wanted to. Okay, so there's that. All I'm feeling like is somebody is playing around in some energy that they don't know nothing about, and it don't belong to them. So whether or not you practicing or whether or not you think it, y'all go play with somebody else, because I'm gonna just keep repeating it, because I don't even subscribe. Like, it's good to know, because I know some, but I don't even subscribe. So apparently I'm getting ready to have another lesson. We got food meditation. It says I can. So food meditation. It looks like it's giving like the fruit salad that I said I was trying to get and that I wanted, because all of a sudden my body is saying no to certain things. There's that. So we got that significant or important, and then let's see what else we got. I don't know how the hell to pronounce this name. I'm going to just look it up, because it says GWANGWANIJIMAI. And y'all, I pulled this deck out probably like, I don't know how many days ago. Mind you, I done had this deck for forever. And I said to y'all specifically, the colors are pretty, everything is pretty. But I said that day, I don't know why I actually haven't used this deck, and I don't know why I'm using it now. So we got Divine Feminine and the Void. Okay, so the void is like an empty place. Isn't that what that is? Isn't that what a void is? But apparently, because the other day I got told to pull this deck out. Don't ask me why, but apparently why, because somebody Yoruba or dealing with deities is here. What was that? Void definition. A void is it says not valid or legally binding, but it also says completely empty. Void spaces surround, so it's empty. But also we talked about, do y'all remember this morning on the other reading I said a covenant with God, when you go into covenant between you and God. But then it says not valid or legally binding. The contract was void. So somebody, remember I said something about a fake person trying to create a signature, your energy signature. And now here we go with void. It says Divine Feminine, the Void. It's not right. It's not legally binding, and it's also fake. So somebody trying to mimic a signature of divine feminine is what that looks like. And then let's see what this says, because we talked about sexual energy that keeps being given and thrown out, because divine feminine and that thing is naked, but then this thing is talks about sexuality. And I told y'all, I don't know why we are doing this or why the readings are doing this, but I don't know if I like it or not. I mean, I haven't, what the hell is that? GWANG WANI JIMAI. And I hope y'all already seen that the 6 o'clock reading is already posted. And y'all see what the title says, so it already looked like some fuck shit. Okay, so there's that. All right, what does this mean? GWANG JIMAI. All right, and it only pulls up the last name. Let me see. This is stressing me out. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. All right, it only pulls up the last name, and it says Jemai, but it has nothing to go along with it, and it says that it could potentially be Arabic, but I don't know. Yeah, I actually also changed the spelling of it, so I don't know if anybody else can pull this up and see what it says. But you mess around and will get burnt. That girl, that's what they said. Be careful what you ask for, you just might get it. But literally, I don't know why we're here doing this. Okay, it says meaning in English. Can, soon, and yes. That's what it means. All right, so it says, and it spells exactly the way I spelled it. And it says, cans soon.
Can soon, yes.
Can soon, yes. But it don't tell me what it means. All right, I don't know if anybody knows what that means, but that's what it says here. That's the name. And y'all heard what it said.
Can soon, yes.
Can soon, yes. So, I don't know what that means. Either way, it's some type of, it says sexuality. So, I don't know. Y'all just take it how it resonates for you. Let me finish this reading, because I'm telling you, I'm about sick and tired of this shit. Like, today has been a weird-ass day with this. I don't know what it means, and I don't know why we here. Because although I just don't subscribe. So, we'll see what's happening. I mean, I think I know what's happening, but I'm going to have to tell y'all about it later, only because it's something fucking weird. Like, I don't know why it would do that. Why would it give us that part, but then it's not going to give us the actual meaning of it? It gives us how to pronounce it, but it's not giving us the thing that needs to be given in order to get the information of it. And then now it's saying that it wants to access my camera. I hit the button, it says, let it access my camera. No, don't allow. I don't know, because it seemed like it just did something different, because now it locked my screen up. As if it was a virus. This is what's on my screen now. Like, it locked my phone up as if it was a virus. There's no going back. So there's no going back. Like literally, no going back. Nothing. You can't go back. You either can click one of the buttons at the bottom. So it's only giving me 3 options. So it shows Google, but there is no going back to where I just came from. Did it just lock my phone up though? Let me see if I can just get rid of it. Like the thing is still there and it shows back up, but if I hit on it, it does something else. Yeah, she said you're not authorized. Access denied. You're not authorized. Yes, because it's given. I don't know what that is. It says translated. Look at y'all. This is bigger than you thought. There's a lot of chit chatter about you. So now we in the Santeria. We're in the Yoruba. We're in the thick of it. It's a battle happening, conflict, rivalry, arguments, tension, a clash of egos. So it could be one ethnicity or one background or a different one against another one. But either way, something ain't right. I already told y'all that. Can't put my finger on it, but we going to figure it out at some point in time. There's an energy signature of somebody that's trying to lay in wait, like they're behind the scenes, they're paying attention, but not saying nothing. So just know that. And mind you, it's not one energy, it's more than one. We got feeling trapped, hopeless, imprisonment, paralyzing fear. This was in the last reading. Somebody trying to keep you stuck because, again, it's a Captain Save-A-Ho-ass energy. I want you to look like you're in dire need of me. But it's a no. Get somebody else. We got 58. So a person could be 58 years old, but also it could be 5 and then 8. That's 13. 13, which is also 4. So 4. This has been a long day. Yeah. She said you should not pass go, do not collect $200. Yeah, somebody get ready to collect the ass beating. That's what I feel like. A spiritual ass whooping is necessary. In the spiritual realm, the number 4 holds significant meaning, symbolizes the 4 elements of air, fire, water, and earth, emphasizing the importance of collaboration, unity, and practicality, structure, and hard work, achieving one's goals. So all I heard in that was creating and crafting a circle. So purification is definitely needed, which also gives me cleansing, spiritual cleansing. We got spiritual cleansing that needs to happen because somebody is definitely playing around. The symbolic meaning of the 4 linked to those of the cross and the square, almost from prehistoric times. The number 4 was employed to signify what was solid and what could be touched and felt. Okay, so take that how it resonates for you. All right, so it's the natural number following 3 and preceding 5. It is a square number, the smallest simply and composite number, and considered unlucky in many Asian cultures. So evolution of Hindu Arabic digit. So we got the 4, 2 modern handwriting, 4 sculpted 1481, covenant church, covenant again here, which is a connection, a contract. 4 was simplified by joining its 4 lines into the cross that looks like the modern plus sign. The sugar was added horizontally. So then we got in religion, it says observations which affected Prince something, realized suffering of all beings and compelled him to begin his spiritual journey. An old man, a sick man, a dead man, and an ascetic. The 4 elements of earth, water, fire, and wind. 4 heavenly kings, 4 foundations of mindfulness, contemplation of the body, contemplation of the feelings, contemplation of the mind, contemplation of mental objects, 4 exertions, 4 bases of power, 4 handness, for whatever that is, 4 dividing, abiding, loving, kindness, compassion, sympathetic, joy, and equanimity. 4 stages of enlightenment, stream, enter once, return, non-returner, and orphanate. 4 major pilgrimage sites: Lumbini, Bodha, Gaya, Sarnath, and Kusinara. Y'all. All right, we got biblically Judaism and Hinduism, Islam, Taoism, and other. So 4 symbols of Qing, I Ching. So I Ching. And then it says significance is, I feel like this is just a lot. Angel number 4 shows up as a sweet sign from our guardian angels to remind us that we are safe. Why do y'all keep doing that? All right, so that's all I got, because literally my screen blacked off, and apparently we having something. There's a part about wants and needs again. You should, yes. All right, so wants and needs, but feeling trapped, hopelessness, imprisonment, and paralyzing fear. Mind you, there's a fight, a battle happening. We got devil energy here. We also got a lot of talking. Like I said, there's a lot of chit chatter about you. So, quick-witted, chatty. It also says something about your direction. Showing the will is directed towards unity. So somebody really is trying to get you somewhere, but literally it's manipulative ass energy. So I'm trying to get you to do something, but I'm being manipulative behind the scenes, period. So there's that. Conflict, rivalry, arguments, tension, a clashing of egos, feeling trapped, hopeless, imprisonment. I told y'all Hierophant energy. This was also in the last reading. This was also in the last reading. Tradition, conformity, knowledge, drink your water, Pisces. All right, because I told you somebody thirsty for some energy. Beliefs, conventionality. When a student is ready, the teacher will appear. So it's morals, character, values. If you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. The energy of the unexpected. The card that reduces to a 5 is also temperance. So, all right, we got 585 is the number. So that's what's there, 585. We got blocks and also crossroads, which we already looked up. Papa Legba and crossroads. And then this lady, something about crossroads. 585 here, significant and important. So let's see what that is. 585 is, let's see, 585 is a combination and influences attributes of the number 5 and the number 8 and the energies of the number 6. Number 5 encourages us to be true to ourselves and to live our lives according to what resonates to our personal freedom, making life changes and positive life choices. It also says variety and versatility, adaptability, and learning life lessons through experiences. Number 8 resonates with manifesting positive abundance, personal power and authority, a desire for peace and a love of humanity and a world of transformation. Discernment and good judgment, giving and receiving, and the universal spiritual law of cause and effect, karma. Number 6 lends to its qualities of devotion to home and family solutions, seeking clarity, simplicity, reliability, providing and provisions, grace and gratitude, economy, and the material and monetary aspects of life. Oh my God. All right, y'all. All right, financial freedom, breaking your limiting beliefs. I feel like it's a distraction because literally I just saw something that I'm going to show you this because even though I gave you the information, I'm going to show you this because I'm trying to distract you. So now it's a distraction energy. Oh, and you don't want to let me tap on it. So I can't get into that. Did we have 585 yesterday, y'all? Was that the number that showed up again? Catherine or Tamisha? That not the very last reading, but was 585 the number? Oh, it was 595. Took the word. Yeah. Are you sure? Catherine, do you got your book? Do you see 585? Does any one of y'all have that? Have y'all seen 585 anytime this week? All right, it says 585 is a powerful message from the angels and the universe. It is assigned to a positive changes, growth, and new opportunities in all areas of your life. Stay positive and remain open to new experiences and trust the journey that lies ahead. All right, so they saying it was a different number, but for some reason, I feel like this was also one of the numbers we saw. But for some reason, as I saw that, I swear it was making me feel like caught in a loop. Like some type of way, we're caught in a loop. Somebody's trying to catch us in a loop. So you got blockages, somebody trying to block their new beginning, their freedom. That's what's there. So we got blockages, Two of Swords, soulmate, a stalemate, truce, painful choices, denial, blindness, and avoidance. And then it has a fresh start, freedom, adventure, travel, and innocence. Somebody trying to cast a spell that seems to be trying to catch in a loop. They're trying to catch you in a loop. She said, looking at 585 on 523. So we have had that within, what's the day? Today's the 5th. So that would also be a 10-year cycle between that one and that one, 595 and 585. But I feel like I gotta, there's some research that has to be done. So if y'all seeing this and this, making your choice, abundance, or karmic cycle, yeah. If y'all resonate with this reading, make sure you hear at 6 o'clock, because I'm going to let go of it right for now, because I feel like I got to look up some stuff real quick, because something ain't right. These past couple readings is giving me a vibe like somebody trying to keep you in a loop, because it keeps me in a circle of things like chasing your tail. Although we not letting that happen, but that's the vibe that is given, because it's like stalling out or waiting. Ain't nobody waiting on y'all. Get somebody else. So something ain't right. And I just don't like that energy, because something is definitely off base. And I know good and well, just know that the title's right. This is bigger than you thought. There's a lot of chatter about you. 10 of Wands, nearly complete, struggles, obligations, and burnout. Somebody know you're done. A 10 is a completion. That's also a start of something else. But somebody's trying to put you back into a cycle that we're not going back to. Get somebody else. They said she gonna do it, because who else better? I ain't doing it. So I don't know about y'all, but we gonna get somebody else, and I'm gonna be back at 6. And I don't know what the reading is. Because like I said, it already seemed like some bullshit to me, because I got that title ahead of the other title. I got that title, the 6 o'clock title, before the 12 o'clock title. And it was, that order is the way it was given. So why it needed to be waited upon, other than the fact that maybe some research needs to be done, is all I'm gathering. But as far as I'm concerned, I really don't like none of this. I don't seem like it's just weird, because why are we doing this? And I told y'all, when it starts to be distraction energies, I don't like that. All right, so I can't even see it. Tamisha said, okay, thank you, talk to you later. Yo, I'm cracking up. Well, bye, damn it, Tamisha, bye. Yo, Tamisha said, get off this line so that way I can call you. I already know, Tamisha. Yo, I'm cracking up. You already know what this looks like. It looks, okay? It just is what it is. No way around it, okay? So apparently we get ready to go straight through it. It says, Pisces, what the fuck? They screwed themselves by crossing you. Nothing is going according to plan. All right? They screwed themselves by crossing you. Nothing is going to plan. So whatever this is, nothing is going to plan. They screwed themselves. So just know that. So whatever this bullshit is what it is. But by 6 o'clock, apparently we're going to figure it out. Okay, so there's that. I love y'all. Catherine said, letting you go. I love y'all. See y'all later. Because y'all already know what it is.